Morning, guys. Just woke up. I've got to admit, I had a late gaming session. Purely out of boredom. I really did. I worked yesterday, probably till about 4 o'clock. I've actually run out of work at the minute because I've done that much that I'm having to go to some schools next week. But literally, I've caught up on all the paperwork and everything because of quarantine. But I've been really lucky because today's Sunday. I've come out of quarantine straight into lockdown. Um, but I am lucky in the sense of I look after school, so I can get out and about. But I could see the quarantine stuff was coming, so I bought a nice TV. Uh, I've got my tea and coffee facilities over here. You know, some of you guys said, "Oh, you got a small room there." Don't want them bigger, to be fair. One of the things I do in the UK is limit my expenditures. Part of that is I rent a room instead of an apartment. Don't have council tax, any of that stuff. I just pay a fixed amount. Don't have to worry about when I'm away because obviously we go back to Spain for 2 months. Accommodation costs can run up quite quick, so I keep my costs down. I mean, it does need a little bit of a tidy up. I think I'll get another little chest of drawers. But I bought a wardrobe. Let's go over here. So that's my iron my work stuff and put my shirts in there. I've got about 42 shirts, which is why I had to buy another wardrobe because I was putting too many shirts in this wardrobe here. And when I took them out to wear them, they were creased. So that's sort of like my wearing one. As I transfer them across, then in the laundry after I wore them. Just a daily routine type thing. Yeah, so I mean, for me, this whole lockdown stuff is it it's concerning. I wouldn't say madness because it's too well orchestrated. It seems to be everywhere. Um, but I do just try and keep focused on, like now, for getting home for Christmas. That's the main focus. Now, I'm going to line up work next week to make them aware I'm going home for the end of December and be back halfway through January because I've still got all my holiday because when I went back last time, then I was left working the whole time. So I'm not doing it again. Christmas is quiet, all the work can be done. We're into January accounts, so no issue around end of year. End of year is this month, so it'll be quiet, allegedly. So I'm lining that up. If that'll go as well, I'll be happy. So I'm hoping they don't extend it in December because the figures are nonsense that they're producing. In my personal opinion, and through professionals, they've actually shown that the information is not correct, etc. But I really can't be bothered to go down that route. I mean, you're either going to agree or disagree. As simple as that. My personal view is looking at the data, it's incorrect. The same is, I don't think the three-tier system was actually failing. I think you'd need about a 3 month trial period to actually show that it works, in my personal opinion. You probably think, why do you keep saying personal opinion? Because the way people bring things down on YouTube is if it's your personal opinion or fact, it's fine. But if you're saying something that may be incorrect, which is often the case of some of the stuff that comes out, when people challenge it, they'll remove videos. So a lot of this stuff is my personal opinion. Now, I have read a lot of the facts and I have gone through them, but I will not state like 3.2 households, blah, 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 because they could go, well, that statistic's wrong. And then you get into that. So I'm vague on some information on purpose. It just stops any interruptions on the videos. But what did concern me yesterday is I seen a video of a guy in Sainsbury's that wasn't wearing a mask because he suffers with anxiety and stuff. And they're talking about has he got evidence with him, and it's like the fact that he suffers with anxiety tells you he gets stressed very easily. Having 4 police officers physically remove him from the building, or should we say harass out of the building, because I don't believe they physically touched him from what I could see. So harassed by telling him they were going to arrest him if he doesn't leave, all that sort of stuff. And yet his only crime was he had no paperwork on him saying that he had anxiety issues, which legally the police are not medical practitioners. They are not. There is no exempt list, as far as I'm aware, that identifies that you can or can't do this stuff. In the sense of, you may go, well, you're exempt, but I don't believe there's anything that says you have to prove anything or show anything. So it's a very grey area. But it does worry me, because you're starting getting down the route of having to show ID cards or whatever to go to the supermarket. It's really peculiar. Now, I can understand some people don't like wearing masks or can't wear masks. I mean, if you've got teenagers, something that have mental health issues, they may be an absolute nightmare to try and put a mask on, and they may just have a complete meltdown. So it's pretty obvious why you don't put a mask on children or teens or young adults, or even adults that have a fear or whatever. But how do you separate them? Because my personal view is, don't. It's simply don't. I mean, with my daughter's autism, she can get a bit irritable sometimes. A lot less these years. Last few years she's got less and less. But she wears a daisy chain. The daisy chain lanyard symbolises that you may have some learning difficulties, or there's something that you may find difficult when you go to a shopping centre or a supermarket, for example, in a very unobtrusive way, where people can actually easily identify that you may want assistance shopping, for example, or you may struggle with standing in a queue for long periods of time, all this sort of stuff. So there is things out there already, but should it be compulsory is the question. We're not in a police state, but we seem to be getting there. It's worrying me. So I'll just keep focused on what I can control, which is I've had a bit of a diet shift lately. Literally no meat in my diet now. Not gone vegan. We're watching something on a Japanese. A guy went to Japan and started eating the same as the Japanese, and he's lost a bit of weight, but also I think it's a lot healthier. So I've started doing that. I started eating a lot more noodles. I mean, ramen and bits and pieces, and also I've got my my boxes of what do you call it? My smoothies. So that's basically 90% of my food now, at the minute anyway. I exercise every morning. I haven't got a lot of room, so I have this wheel bar. I might as well show you since I'm sat here. Wherever I put it. Yeah. So I just roll up and down the floor with this and do a bit of exercise. I do that every day. And I bought a scale, which is really, really good. It links with a smartphone. It's a, what do you call it? Renpho. So what I'll do is connect that to the smartphone, and it does your BMI, does all these other bits and pieces, and at the same time, it will keep track, so you can actually see how things are improving. So I got that off Amazon. I'll put the link below so you can see it. So if you do want to do a bit of weight loss and that, I do recommend that one. It links to your phone. It's got a little smart app, really useful. And then I get on to the other thing I've been doing, which is my tea. Now, you wouldn't believe how much money I've spent on noodles and tea in the last month. It's like, well, I'm going healthier on the tea, so I've got different teas. And what I do is I just put the leaves in here, because if you've never done this before, I do recommend doing it. Just try it at least once. Just get your tea, load it up in here, and then just boil it like this is a tea bag. The tea is very, very different. The flavour is a lot better, a lot stronger. Tastes fantastic. I'm sat here wondering why I didn't do it previously, like an idiot. So Yeah, I like the loose tea now. That's the way I've gone and got different ones. Yeah, I dread to think how much I've spent on tea and stuff because obviously I've moved to try different things because with a prison cell at the minute, not much to do. Um, I have the opportunity to try different teas, so that's what I'm doing in my spare time, keeping myself busy, trying to keep out the politics, but it's getting really really hard. Um, because it's like YouTube. I find YouTube keeps steering me back to Biden and Trump and COVID, and I'm like, I just want to like switch it on and then it finds the next video. Like you watch something and then get something related. Everything American election. No, I don't want the American election. Well, let's watch something on. Let's watch a bit of bossa nova, a bit bossa nova for the background music. Okay, that's finished. Biden, and it's like, no, I don't want Biden. No, remove all that. COVID. No, I don't want anything. It's just like you should have a don't want button. Where you go in there and go, don't want to know about Trump. Don't want to know about Biden. Don't want to know about COVID. I was talking to a woman yesterday about the updates and I says I haven't even looked. Zero interest. Really do. Don't want to know. All I need to know is we're in a lockdown. Whether a gym's open or not. They're arguing over whether gyms should open or not. I'm like, I really don't want to know. And it's not me being selfish. It's just I'm sick and tired of hearing the drivel that comes out of our own politicians. Because it hasn't followed law. It hasn't followed logic. It hasn't followed anything I would actually say was feasible in my mind. What we seem to have had is a lot of scaremongering, inefficiencies identified, like the NHS stockpile, which was years out of date, and then that just disappeared off the horizon. No ownership, nobody responsible for it being years out of date. It just disappeared. Nobody wants to talk about it anymore, from what I can hear, which is nothing. And yeah. There's talk now that the 3-tier system was working because obviously the figures are now coming in from when it was being tested to say, yeah, the numbers were going down. Oh, but we've gone into a lockdown now, blah, blah, blah. And I'm hearing excuses for Boris coming out. It's just like, it's just pathetic. It really is. If I had that level of incompetence, I'd have been sacked. In a normal job, I'd have been sacked by now. And people, oh yeah, but it's the information he got. They got it wrong last time. So what's changed? Absolutely nothing. It's still incompetent people giving wrong information that they know is going to produce wrong information. Because the advisors, I believe, where they're gathering it, they know the statistics are out in the first place. So why are we using them? Well, why aren't we given a longer lead time? I really don't understand it. And now it's like, oh, Boris Saves Christmas, like it's a Universal's production for the Christmas themed movie. Or, what are you talking about? Boris will still be dragging this on in January. This is why I want to get back to Spain. If it opens up in December, I'm gone. I'll be on the first flight to Spain, or I'll be driving. So either way, I'm going home. I'm not staying in the UK for Christmas. I need to get home. And this whole thought about people going from Coventry to London or whatever, they need to think of the bigger picture. There's a lot of people stuck here. They go home for Christmas. If you go to the Philippines at Christmas, the flights shoot up in price because fully booked, everyone going home. There's a lot of people, and protect our NHS, protect our foreign workers, that keep the NHS running. There's a phenomenal amount of people that are in the NHS that are from abroad, and we're going to lock them down here. I think that's a bit selfish, especially when it's not based on real facts or information. It's all really weird, but let's hope that I'll soon be sending a video of me heading back to Spain, because that'll be me for the Christmas. I'm going home and I'm staying there. So got to the first week of December, but after that I'm planning an exit, and that's it. Over that horizon and gone. Oh, but anyway, main thing is keep happy, keep occupied, find something to do. Keep constructive. Like I said, tea. I've gone into tea bizarrely, and my noodles, my ramen. Yeah, I've got this little book here off Amazon as well. Bit of effortless bento. So, because I've got bento boxes. Oh, I haven't shown you my bento box. Marks and Spencers have got these, or may have had, because I got a couple of these on sale. My wife said they're too big for the kids, so I'm like, okay, I'll have it. But it's a bento box. Now, main reason I got something like this is not only is it about the food, it's about the portion sizes. Now that's probably a bit big for a Japanese or Asian person. Not me being selfish, it's just that I'm a bit bigger than the average Filipino, for example, like my wife. So if I filled that, that'd be her for 2-3 meals. But for me, it's probably a meal and a half. So the point is you can prep that and keep that. So yeah, start doing bento boxes as well. Yeah, trying times. I'm just glad I'm out of the quarantine now, just to go into the lockdown. But hey ho, keep going. That's all I can say. Keep happy, keep constructive, keep positive. I mean, like here, I'm sat leaning back because I bought this chair as well. Got an office chair, sat here on my desk, and I sit and look out the window. Life could be worse and it could be better, but the main thing is looking at the fact it could be worse, so anything above that is a positive. Thanks for watching.